Hey Rich, how you doing? How's it going? Now, it's the coolest night it's been out here. About 83, which is nice. Yeah, it's a good time down here. Yep, fun. Just taking it easy, not doing anything, driving around. If the water was rougher, I would be walking on the beach a lot more. Hey Julie, how you doing? She did not get me one, Julie. It was a nice day here too. About right now, it's about 83 or something like that. I didn't do too much. Hey, did either one of you happen to have one of those mini vacuums, like that you vacuum out your car? Does anybody know a good one instead of a piece of junk? Yeah, it's nice out here, Hank. Sure is. Yep. I'm not a swimming guy, so I never go in it. Daisy was in there today with my buddy for a while, but it's an older style home. This is one of the first homes built back here on the island. And what I think's cool about it, how the pool goes right up to the kitchen. It's just like a regular wall separating water from the kitchen. Yeah, you'll have a good time with that, Rich. You'll have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, good for you. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Oh, is it any good? Does it work any good? That cause I want to get one. Most of them are junk. Hey, Simka, how you doing today? The food here is really good. Eat a lot of good food here. I just went out and got a pound of colossal shrimp. I have a Nikon D850, a Nikon D800, and I have two of the later model 1 inch mirrorless Sonys. So I've got four of them I mess around with. Hey Mary, how you doing? This is a nice cool night tonight. It's not hot, like 83. But Rich, as long as you're not printing, I always think I'm going to and I never do. Really, there's so many cameras out there now to get the job done. Oh, is it Julie? Yeah, I want to get one of those. This is definitely a whole nother lifestyle down here. I was in a group of guys today that are all like crazy loaded. I mean, my buddy said later, I'm the low guy on the totem pole here. And it's amazing what the stuff these guys get into. Oh, good for you, Mary. That place I ate today where I took a video of that lox platter, there's manatees swimming around there. I didn't see any, but they're there. Oh, good for you, Mary. Yeah, nice. I bet it was. I bet it was a good time. No, you're right, Rich. You'll really enjoy that. Yeah, I've been down to Crystal River, Florida before, and seen them. Not like I wanted to though. I mean, it was from a distance, and I was trying to get close to them. It just never worked out. Yeah, I do like oysters. Well, I see all seafood is like crazy expensive right now. King crab, forget it. They canceled the season in Alaska. Lobster off the damn charts. Shrimp's not bad. Lox is even getting up there too. I mean, I hadn't had a lobster sandwich, and I can't tell you. Well, I did. I had one in Toledo, Ohio, believe it, about a year ago. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the heat, but I do think there's something to getting used to it a little bit. It didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. Good for you, Mary. Oh, big time. How much you think two lobster sandwiches and two Diet Cokes cost? Take a guess. Yeah, you're right, Rich. Dave nailed it. $110. Bingo. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Two lobster rolls and two Diet Cokes. $110. I know it's crazy, isn't it? Now I've got these colossal shrimp tonight. I didn't even eat any of them. I got them from my buddy. And they were $20 a pound, which I thought was a good deal. Huge ones. Yeah, I know it, Rich. Yeah, that's what I thought. 110. No, I know it. I know that's how I always look at it, Simca. Yep. Now the good thing about a lobster sandwich, and I'm not saying it's worth the money, but it's only the knuckles and the claws. So it's good. It was a good lobster sandwich. That Jewish deli down here I go to, Grooby's, they have the best damn chicken salad and tuna salad. I don't know what the hell they do to it. Boy, is it good. $12 a pound. Oh, really, Julie? Yeah, crazy. And like I went to that Kilwin chocolate shop last night, and there was a line in there. That's the busiest Kilwins I've ever seen. Oh, Cousin's Lobster. I can remember going out, like this was a long time ago, like 86, 85. When when they were having those airline ticket wars, I was going from Detroit to Boston. I'd go get a couple lobster sandwiches, fly home for like under $100, all in the same day. And the lobster sandwiches, I want to say they were like $9 each. Yeah, Jewish food is excellent. I think it is. I love Jewish food. It's not the best Jewish deli. Actually, I think the lox platter I get at the one Grooby's is better than the one I got today. They give you more onion and more tomato. Oh, you're familiar with them, Julie? Yeah, Kilwins. Yeah, it's Michigan based. Yep. We got caramel apples. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you. No, you're exactly right, Simp. Yeah, that's true. Now food is like off the charts crazy. As I said before, the best Jewish delis I've ever been to are in Cleveland. There's like three of them down there, and they're superb. Ones in Chicago aren't any good. Aren't any in Detroit that are any good. There used to be a really good one I went to in Florida, Lake Worth Deli, and then that guy got caught trying to have his wife murdered. Yeah, I know. It's another thing that's weak down here. Indian food. None really. Not really any. Couple Thai places. There's a Caribbean jerk chicken place I'd like to try. The Brazilian steakhouse was good. I mean, I would say the Brazilian steakhouse is like very good. I don't think it's excellent. And I just base that based on you kind of overeat there. Those aren't really great cuts of meat. They just are experts at charcoal grilling meat and seasoning it. So they get away with it. Oh, how was that? Yeah, Mediterranean's good too. Yep. Yeah, good Chinese places. I agree. They're hard to find. Even in Chicago, they got a Chinatown, and there was only one. And P.F. Chang's I used to like. That's not traditional Chinese, but well, I'll tell you, I've eaten at a few of them, and they're terrible. Some are good, and some just are not good. Yeah, a lot of Mexican food, but I looked at the ratings, and it wasn't that great. I mean, ratings aren't everything, but it is kind of an indicator. Yeah, it's pretty relaxing around here. Drinking a bottle of red wine. Oh, yeah, I believe it. Yep. Even like that place I go, Thompson, Georgia. Those Chinese places are dirty outside. Oh, wow, Audie. Yeah, well, as I said, Drifter, I mean, I'm lucky, you know what I mean? I got a friend that's got a big, huge business, and money's no object. If it was me, I'd probably be going to Subway down here if I was down here by myself. Oh, congratulations, Buttercup. Yeah, there's a lot of places. I'll tell you, they got an interesting place. Evidently, it's a franchise. It's called Duck Donut. And you go in there and you can get like donuts made any way you want. And they're hot. They're actually better than Krispy Kreme. You can go in there and like you can get a German chocolate donut or whatever. And they're really good. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I think they're like $2 or $3 a piece or something like that. But look it up, Duck Donut. And of course the kids love it. Yeah, I didn't feel good, man. I'm surprised. Let's see, tomorrow will be 1 month when I got that damn crap. And I'd say all my taste is back. And I'm not really not noticing any effects. No, they don't have any of those, Simca. And another surprise, I would have expected a little bit better Jewish delis here. But it's okay, I'm not complaining. Yeah, I don't think they have any floaties. Not too many kids make it over here. Oh yeah, I was sicker than hell, man. All three of us got it. And the specialty markets down here are really good too. You know, seafood and fish and stuff like that. Hey Mark, how you doing? Oh, tons of Jews near. You better believe it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I did, Mystique. Thank you. Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Hey Buttercup. I like driving that Jeep around here. It's got the doors off, but like a cloth roof on it. Good for you. The favorite restaurant I went over, I'd have to say the Brazilian Steakhouse. So damn good. And they bring it right around all the time. And if you've never been to one of those, do it. It's kind of expensive. It was $50 down here a person, which I thought was pretty good. I'm pretty sure like Texas de Brazil and stuff like that are more than that. Seems like I was paying that a long time ago in Chicago, but maybe not. And they have a good salad bar, like that. Another nice thing, every place, not every place, but these specialty grocery stores, like you can't go in there and get Jiffy peanut butter and stuff like that. Like I got my buddy some peanut butter when I was in there. And it's organic, roasted in honey. And you're not getting Jiffy or something. The one I ate it was Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse. They only really have one true Brazilian steakhouse here. Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse, right down the street. Yeah, I thought it was Drifter, yeah. Hey, Debbie and Dave. I mean, it's cool here, and I'm having fun and everything, but I don't really quite get why people come here for a vacation. I mean, I think Florida's better, to tell you the truth. I mean, you can go out, and there's a nightlife, and you don't need to drive your ass off, and there's good water access. You know, you can pull your car up and, like, be at the beach, and it's not like that here. And like I said earlier, like, if you're not living in a gated community, you don't have access to a lot of the neighborhoods. If you're not invited there, you're not getting in there looking around. It is a lifestyle. Yeah, you're exactly right, Frisky. It sure is. Yep. I mean, I gotta say that I don't think lobster sandwiches are worth $45 each. I don't think so. When you consider you can get all you can eat kick-ass salad bar and all these kind of killer prepared meats at a Brazilian steakhouse for 50, it's not worth it. I wouldn't order another one at that price. I wouldn't care who was paying for it. Yeah, you're right, Simka. Yep. I got a cheese pizza at this gourmet place today. You cook it yourself in case I got hungry tonight. I don't see any cops driving around here either. Yeah, $20. Yeah, that'd be about right. Yeah, I would say so. I bet they're not, I bet they're more than 20 now. Look up king crab prices and lobster prices. I mean, they're through the roof. I knew king crab was going to be crazy. Yeah, they're laying eggs here. Evidently, you know, I walked down an easement a couple hundred yards to go to the ocean, And evidently what they're doing here is they dig them up after they lay them because they say the water comes up too high. I don't get that because there's a lot of vegetation and I know the water's not coming up that high. And they're moving them further south. I haven't seen any nests, but I know they're laying eggs here. But I've heard, like I said, they're moving them here and that they're all marked off about a mile south from here. Yeah, you're right, Simka. Yep, it's true. Yep. A good Jewish deli sandwich down here is about like 16, 18 bucks. But it's worth it. It's a big kick-ass sandwich. Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think you're right about that, Drifter. Yep. Yeah, but this is like the law moving the eggs. It's the law moving the eggs. See, now in Florida, it wasn't, you could go and watch them lay eggs and all that stuff. They just didn't want you screwing around with them. But the people moving the eggs up here are the wildlife officials, whoever it is. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't, believe it or not, this stuff doesn't do too much for me. When I was younger, it did. You don't really, you're young, you see all this stuff on TV, and you think that's a sign of being successful, but you couldn't give me this house. Too much shit to take care of for starters. I mean, there's probably 2 pounds of crap at the bottom of the pool just from one day of shit blowing in it. You got to pay for everything up the ass here. I was just talking to that guy with the $8 million house on the beach tonight, Todd, and I already knew this, but I never heard it from anybody here. He said they have to pay about $5 grand a year to have somebody come every 3 months to spray the windows off and put this stuff on them and clean them. He said you can't see out the windows in 3 months, and they're far back from the beach. And he said they don't dare open the windows because it'll eat your curtains right off the curtain rods. Now we're far enough from the ocean itself, a couple 100 yards, 300 yards maybe, that you don't get that salt deterioration like you would normally, although it's still in the air. But living on the beach is expensive. If you look at Florida and you look at condos, houses, whatever, you look at the homeowners association fees, and everybody, always wants to know why there's so much. It's fighting that salt water. That's why. Yeah, those are cool, aren't they? I saw baby turtles hatch one time when I was living in Florida. About 50 of them took off, headed to the water. It was so cool. It all happened in about 30 seconds. Hey, Kim. No, I was talking to that guy on the beach here today, and he said he used to be one of those guys. He said, but all said and done, after living on the beach 5 years, he'd definitely do it again. He said it's about, 15 extra grand a year in maintenance. But he said the breeze, the view, watching the storms, he said it's worth every dime. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, I know I was lucky. One time I saw that. Yep, one time. Just happened to be looking down. It was that simple. Yep, so cool. Yep. They were so cute, little turtles. Considering how big the eggs are, you would have thought the turtle was bigger, but they were small. And when I was down living in Florida, I mean, I knew where to go, and they were all over the damn place. Get out there like at 2, 3 in the morning. It's interesting too. You look at some of the distances those turtles cover. A D800 and a D850. You're so cute. I've got the D800 I have. I've got it converted to infrared. Oh, no kidding! You saw him, Simka, huh? That's cool. What I always thought was weird was them hatching and leaving in the daylight. I mean, because seagulls were trying to pick them off. You think they'd go into the ocean at night? They'd hatch and like head to the water at night. You know, survival rate would be better. Oh, did you, Mystique? Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I wondered what it was at first and thought, what the hell are those things, you know? Believe it or not, it looked like spiders at the beginning. And I thought, oh no, those are little turtles. Yeah, it's a cool memory. Yeah, there's one walking around here right now, a red-footed tortoise. They've had it about 20 years. The lobster sushi was good. It was good. I believe it was lobster and filet mignon sushi. It was good. Yeah, red-footed. That's what it is. Yeah, red-footed tortoise. Yep. I think they've had it 22 years. Yeah, I know it's empty. Yeah, it's low. Yeah, it's a cool tortoise, really. He's walking around here. I found him tonight, actually. Yeah, loves bananas. He does. Yep. He's over there in the corner. Kind of dug himself under a tree. I noticed he had his back legs stretched out tonight. Yeah, actually, it's funny you should say that because I didn't know anything about him. But this one seems pretty smart. He'll see you coming and come over to you, and seems like he's got good hearing. No, no, he doesn't eat every day. Sometimes he won't eat like for like a week. He likes kale, bananas, dog food, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm drinking some red wine actually. You know, there's some bottles of wine here they said I can drink. It's like I just don't feel comfortable drinking them. I went out and bought a $30 bottle of wine. I just can't get myself to do it. I don't know if I'd say it'd come to me when I call it. I mean, what I will say though is like there's a little pen built for him in Crawfordville, and when you open the door, he'll turn around and come to you if it's time to eat. I don't know if he'd come to you or not. Yeah, I think these live 60 years or something like that. I think that's what she said. Yeah. Yeah, I bring them all in the same vehicle. Yep, they all get along together. Yep. Turtle gets put in like one of those totes, and the cats get put in their own little cage. And then yeah, we let them out. Everything gets along here. Like a lot of times, you'll have like all the dogs on the bed, cats too. Yeah, they do their own thing. Yep, that's what this one does. Yep. A bottle of wine. To be honest with you, like if it's just me drinking and just like right now, I paid $35 for this wine, but there's been plenty of times that paid 20, but it's just not as good a wine. I hate to say that, but if I'm really doing good or I got lucky or I sold something and made a profit or whatever, about what I'd like to spend is about $60. That's where I find the cutoff. And over 100, I think, my opinion, it diminishes. Once you figure out wine and you learn a lot about it, and you 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 learn the difference between really good wine and like okay wine, and it's like it's worth $100 to me to buy a good bottle of wine. It is definitely Mystique. Definitely. The rule of thumb in wine is don't ever go below $20 a bottle. No, not too high. Nope. You can get good ones and bad ones, and wine's a interesting thing. Like last time I was here, we drank like a $1,600 bottle of wine, a $1,300 bottle of wine, and a $900 bottle of wine, and it was great wine. But was it better than a $60 bottle of wine? I mean, that should be a no-brainer. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some bottles in there right now I could drink if I wanted to. They're around $1,000. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. My buddy doesn't drink. His wife only drinks wine if I'm around, believe it or not. Like I looked up a bottle today that I think was $1,740. It's 2006. Now that's about getting at the end of the road of that particular wine. But nah, I would say, wine is like ties itself into rich people. But if you're a wine connoisseur and you like wine, like I like red wine, I don't like sweet wine, I like dry wine. I don't like white wine at all. So it's kind of like it's like good steak in a way. Aldi's wine sucks. I've tried them all. I was hoping that they would have had a good one in there that you could have got, but no. If you like, I wouldn't probably even be a wine drinker if it wasn't for my buddy who happens to be a doctor. And he's been a wine connoisseur for 20 years. He kind of introduced to me and taught me a lot, and I, got to sip and try a lot of different. I was kind of a Scotch drinker. Actually, I won 2 Scotch tasting contests when I was in Chicago. Same with Scotch too. Good single malt. I like that really smoky, peaty Scotch. But a good red wine I really enjoy, and there is a slight medicinal benefit to it. Yeah, IPA. See, I'm a stout beer drinker. I like that dark, high alcohol content beer, like Dragon's Milk, and I don't really like that ale, weedy, hoppy taste. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I mean, I think I'm like a novice at wine. I mean, I don't know that much about it, but uh, a lot of times I'll read these reviews on this wine. They'll talk about a hint of caramel, subtle chocolate, crisp pineapple tinge. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't taste any of that in that. I mean, I think it's a good taste in wine. I've noticed that when you get into the higher end expensive wines, I describe it to people as like drinking velvet. It is so smooth, and when you look at like the soil and the conditions and the type of grape, that's why France, Argentina, Italy, uh, Napa Valley, there's something to that, and they're just better grapes. 5 grand a bottle, wow. I used to drink Guinness, but then as life went on and microbreweries came out, I drank a Guinness last night actually, and to tell you the truth, I didn't finish it. 45th Parallel. Yeah, they've got a couple white wines up there that are okay, but if you're a hardcore wine connoisseur, you probably wouldn't be seeking out Traverse City wines. That's why they always have to have some shtick to sell their wine. It's got to be ice wine or cherry wine or something like that, because they can't get by on the kind of grapes that they grow there. There is a good white wine there, and I don't really know too much about it. There's a vineyard up there that is getting pretty well known for their white wine. But if you look at the prices like of Traverse City wine, I mean, they're in the tank compared to like Italy and Napa Valley. Yeah, I agree, Jennifer. Yeah, but like I tell people all the time, like it's fun for me to do sometimes. Like I'll tell people, it's like, let me take you out and get you a good aged steak. Like look up that Peter Luger's in Brooklyn, New York City. I don't give a shit what it costs. It's fun to take somebody out because I had it happen to me. I just happened to, I came from like lower middle class and I didn't know anything about aged cheese or, God forbid, wine and, fine liquor and any of those kind of things. I just got lucky later in life and met some cultured people that came from educated families that, were going to Europe for a semester in college and that kind of stuff. And I was lucky enough to like get, introduced to stuff that probably normally would have just passed me by, but it's fun to take somebody out to like a really good steakhouse. King salmon's the same way, the fish that comes from Alaska, or even good aged cheese, and just treat them to a good dinner. And it's like, do you like steak? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, let me take you out here and get you the steak. And they're like freaked out that it costs so much, but steak, that's you mentioned earlier, Simca, that the Jewish delis are having a difficult time, being able to charge enough for the food that they have to buy. Steakhouses are running into that too right now. You're right, Mystique, yeah. Yeah, it's nice face. No, these pools are a pain in the fucking ass. To be honest with you, this pool right here, you couldn't even swim in this goddamn thing for about the last year. This only started looking like this about 2 weeks ago. And that's because I talked the wife into canning the pool company. No, it had this green algae. It looked like a goddamn place where frogs would breed. Yeah, well, yeah, I have, Rich. Good, yeah. Yep, I have. Yep. It's just like Kobe beef and stuff like that. Yep, it's true. There's some excellent, I mean, if you're a meat eater, there's some excellent videos on some of these high-end steakhouses. And it's just interesting to, listen to them and about the cuts of meat. If you're a hardcore meat eater, there was a girl that her family owned a butcher about 20 miles from me in Alger, Narskis. I don't really know them very well, but I've talked to the couple of the daughters, and they're very educated and cultured. One of them's got a master's degree in journalism from Northwestern, which is crazy expensive, and the other went to UC California, Berkeley, which you just wouldn't expect from that area. I don't know what these girls do. I think they're professionals and they come in on the weekends and they help their parents. I don't really get it. But anyway, I was talking to one of the girls one day, real refined and nice and interesting to talk to. And she talked me into buying a book off Amazon. I bought it used, and it's called Craft Meat. And it is very interesting about the different cuts and how they make things and the different sausages and that kind of thing. But I would encourage you to if you're fascinated about like the meat industry and the difference between choice, select, and prime. You can't even buy prime. Prime is they're already in the hole on prime. First of all, there isn't that much prime in a steer, and that all that top-notch killer meat heads off to uh, the prime steakhouses across the country. Yeah, you're going to get choice, and that's about it. I'm not saying that it's impossible to find prime someplace. There probably is someplace, somewhere that you can get it, but but the steakhouses are willing to pay a premium, and it's different. Yeah, it's nice out, Kim. Yeah. No, you're right about that, Drifter. Yeah. Yeah, Wagyu beef's good. Yeah. Yeah, you like if you like meat and you're interested, you can get it cheap on Amazon. I forgot what I paid, like 20 bucks, hardcover, Craft Meat. Yeah, and if you can't find it when I get home, I'll look it up for you. Really a good, really excellent. As it turns out, two of the biggest things that really influence the flavor of beef are, first of all, how they're finished off, not necessarily how they're fed all their lives, but how their last 3 months are, whether they're grass fed, whether it's grain, whether it's corn, whether they use antibiotics. And a big thing too, believe it or not, if these steers can see that it's about ready to be lights out, they produce a chemical, a hormone that changes the taste of the meat. So the trick is when these cattle are slaughtered, that it's got to be surprised by a surprise, or you'll ruin the meat. Oh, really, Mystique? Age and vegetation, yep. The temperature is 82 degrees right now, which is the coldest day of the coolest night since I've been here. Yep. I've only been here since Friday. That's a bird of paradise plant, too. Well, there are stars out tonight, by the way. Somebody's asked me about that before. This is the first time I've seen stars here. I don't know if you can see them or not. Yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot to meet. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you another. I'll tell you something you want to avoid. They're starting to push that around where I live. It's called sway. SWAI. Believe it or not, catfish is jacking up in price now, and people aren't wanting to pay what they're getting for it usually. And it's called sway. It's a Vietnamese carp. I don't know what it costs, but obviously it's cheaper. Don't eat that shit. Research it. They're subject to a lot of disease. They put like a million of them in a small space, and because of that, they have to jack up the antibiotics. And it's just a crap shit fish to begin with, and then it's loaded with all sorts of chemicals when you get it. Don't eat it. It's toxic. Sway, SWAI. I don't know if you guys have experienced that anywhere around where you live, but it sucks. It's nice, Tiffany. Yeah, it's a Vietnamese carp. Look it up. They're starting to sell it around where I live. I got it one day just being stupid. You know, they didn't have catfish, and it's like, well, we have sway. This is how they'll pitch it to you. It's like, what the fuck is sway? It's like, oh, it's like no fishy taste. It's high in protein. It's like, all right, yeah, give me an order of sway. Yeah, no way. It's the first and last piece I ate. Rubbery ass shit. No, it sucks. It sucks. Look it up, and it'll tell you what I thought. Don't eat it. No way to sway. Yeah, I can get some bumper stickers made. Yeah, sway sucks. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Jello, too. Like when you cut it, it's like real rubbery. Probably gonna get liver cancer now. Yeah, I survived. Yeah, Kraft beef. Yep, Kraft beef or Kraft meat. Maybe it is Kraft beef or Kraft meat. Yeah, maybe it is beef. Yeah, yeah, I bet it is Kraft beef. Check both names on Amazon just for the hell of it. Kraft meat or Kraft beef, one or the other. I thought it was meat, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is Kraft beef. But you'll find it right away on Amazon. And see if you can look through the chapters because, I mean, I didn't care about this too much. I don't eat a lot of sausage. Once in a while, I'll get a piece of Italian sausage. I don't really like sausage that much. It's real fatty, and I just kind of stayed away from it my whole life. But they have a big chapter on sausages, blood sausage, and a lot of these European sausages that they make. So if you see that chapter, that's the right book. Yeah, yeah, it's really something was off with it. Sway, swai, whatever they call it. Yeah, walleyes are good. The problem with bluegills, it's hard to get them big enough. And most of the time when you get them, the damn, there's too much breading on them. Oh, do they, Julie? I can remember when I was a kid going into the store my dad would take me in, and they had pig's feet in a jar. It's considered, I think that's a Jewish, nah, can't be Jewish because it's pork. It's a delicacy to somebody. Pig's feet, they're kind of in this gel. Yeah, we probably will go to a fancy restaurant tomorrow. Oh, okay. You know, most of those Bluebill, though, I'll tell you a funny thing. I had a neighbor of mine that she's moved a long time ago, and she's a food broker, and she sells for one of these big places that sell to restaurants. And the guy, there's a bluegill guy from Wisconsin, might have been Minnesota, and he took a video scuba diving with the bluegill and sent it to the food brokers because he said it was what? How did he describe that? He said it was good that the fish weren't stressed being around people, and he was hand feeding them and stuff like that. But she said bluegill was a good seller. Yeah, pig's tongue too. Yep. Yeah, they do, Rich. Yep. Yeah, hybrid. You're right, Dave. Hybrid. There's a place they have a up in Clear Lake, not far from me. They have a hybrid bluegill uh, contest. They can't produce offspring, and they're really big. Hey, waiting. How you doing? Yeah, good seafood. I see a dozen oysters now is like $32. Fresh oysters. No, you know, I only lived in Woodstock for about 6 months, and I can tell you when that was. That was 1986. Yeah, no, I never did. I didn't do anything in Woodstock. I was actually commuting back and forth from Detroit, and uh, really, no, I didn't do anything there. Yes, everything, all seafood's getting to be crazy. There's a place, you know, my buddy bought this big car collection down in Dalton, Alabama. If you're ever down around there, and you're probably not, you want to go to a kick-ass place with super good prices on some really good seafood. Hunts, Hunts, especially the grouper. Oh, there you go. Yep, there you go, Julie. Yep, yep. Crazy. Yeah, Hunts. If you're ever in Dalton, Alabama, excellent. There's another place. I can't remember the name of it in Lakeland, Florida, where you can get this like fisherman's platter. It's like $55, but it's worth it. Seafood. If you looked it up, you'd see it by the ratings. Really good. Lakeland, Florida. 55, $60. That's a buddy of mine. Lives down here in Hilton Head. This house right here just doubled the value in the last year. These Hilton Head houses are like crazy. They blame it on the East Coast people wanting to get out of New York after COVID. Yeah, you should have, Julie. Yeah, Rich, wait till I get home and I'll get the name of it. Get the name of it for you for sure. That'd have been a good idea, Julie. No, what is that, Mystique? What is Sonia? I bought a couple 2.5 gallons of orange juice tonight. Fresh squeezed orange juice. I was talking to this lady, and she was telling me at this Fresh Market. Look that up online too. It's good. A lot of nice things. And she was telling me that they have really good crab cakes. Oh, is that what it is, Simca? No, I haven't been there. I haven't been there. I probably will get there, though. I'll tell you that. Oh, sorry about that. You know, Bugman, as you know, as you're going to find out, that's the most painful kind of cancer there is. Bone cancer. Sorry to hear that. Oh, I bet she does, Matt. Yeah. No, that's how it is. Basic house, Julie. Yep. Oh, that's cool, Drifter. Yeah, that's the kind of place I like. Yep. Were you living out there, Jennifer? Oh, cool, Misty. Thanks. Yeah, probably some of it does, Rich. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised I lived this long, so. Oh, cool, Jennifer. Does, doesn't it, Julie? Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Mystique. Yeah, I'll check it out. Oh, thank you, Simka. Yeah, it's fun getting on here and talking. I think it is. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. I mean, what I think will happen is, I mean, I didn't even bring any of my cameras with me when I came down. I mean, I was under duress when I left. I mean, I have like 5 shirts that I wash every 5 days. So what I think I'll do is, I mean, my content. You know, I never really planned on like having a channel people watch, to be honest with you. I just kind of stuck to my guns. So it's kind of changed from like how we met, but I will eventually go to Atlanta and interview some people, and there's a lot of interesting people to interview around where I live. But my plan right now is I got to file this divorce. I keep canning these goddamn attorneys I hired. They're pissing me off, doing shit. I got rid of 2 of them already, and I got a third one I think I'm going to hire Wednesday. Get this divorce out of the way. This is my plan. So I'll start building this house down here. I'm just going to do it. And then I'm going to go up to Michigan, load all my shit up in a semi. My buddy offered to pay for it, but I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I could afford it. I could afford it too. I just don't want to spend that money to move a bunch of books and shit. I'd rather do it myself. So I'll probably take one of his semi trucks up, load my shit in my semi truck, move it into my new house, sell my condo. I hope this divorce is done within about a year or so, and then get to doing some business with my buddy. Yeah, I look at some of these crazies that I met along the way up on YouTube. It's like anything, a job, a relationship. You don't really know until you get into it. And I look back at some of these nut jobs that I've met, and all I could do is just disassociate with them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, West Branch is good. I had a good time there. But I'd already kind of tapped out Michigan. I'm going to miss, Nianquing and Tawas. But not that much, because I pretty much tapped it out. I got a lot of video. And the winters aren't that great anymore. If we got a blizzards like we used to, I'd stay in Michigan. It would have been worth it to me. I'll miss Sault Ste. Marie and Mackinac. But it was starting to get a little old. So I'll come down here, try it out. Yeah, the new pool guy is cool. Yeah, it seems like I do a fresh start about every 10 years. Something like that. I mean, it's a lot different like where I'm at, but I got more opportunity. I don't want to do PI work. And other than PI work, I mean, who else is going to hire me at this age? Well, I'll tell you who is. This guy whose house I'm staying at right now. You know what I mean? He wants me to do things with him and stuff, and I won't be working for $11 an hour at the local gas station. No, it's a buddy of mine's house. Yeah, a friend of mine's, yep. Turn the page, that's it, Devian, dude. Yeah, and I didn't have anybody like this to hang out up in West Branch. Really, any guys anyway. I mean, if you think about it, man, I've been hanging out every night of the week with this guy for about 7 weeks. Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity too, I think it will be. And I'm sure I'm going to get stuck going down to Florida for some of these damn court hearings, which is, I'm halfway there, which matters. It was 1,000 miles from my house to here, to Georgia. That's what I say, Simca. Yeah, you're right, Mystique, yep. My buddy's wife's kind of straight, and I don't want to say she doesn't have a sense of humor, but I mean, I get along with her okay. I mean, we've sat up, talked 4 or 5 hours at night, got along, but not much laughing and joke, kind of serious. And I've joked about getting a mail order bride before. I got to quit doing that. Oh, would you, Skeet?